Welcome to the latest edition of the OTE podcast. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
Today we're talking about the NFL players faking their vaccination status. But you had Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's all come for that?
You had Aaron Rodgers and Antonio Brown, the Tampa wide receiver for wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And so a couple of weeks ago, it was found out that Aaron Rodgers got COVID. After he got COVID, there was speculation that he was not vaccinated, and thus he had to miss the game against, I want to say, Minnesota? Was it Minnesota he missed the game against? It was one of those teams. Anyway, he might have played the game. He played in the game against Minnesota, but he missed a game versus Kansas City because Jordan Love played in that game. So when you're an unvaccinated player, you have to miss 10 days, I believe. And if that means that you miss a game, then oh well. You can't play in the game, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. To me, if you test negative twice, just like with the unvaccinated players, with the vaccinated players, you should be able to play the game, especially if you're asymptomatic.
Exactly.
I think Aaron Rodgers did have some, was symptomatic, nothing major as far as I know, but he had to sit out that game, but the Packers ended up winning that game versus the Chiefs. But they called in question. This biggest thing was, okay, well, that's funny. Aaron Rodgers is not vaccinated because in the beginning of the season, he said he was immunized, quote unquote.
Well, that means something different, probably.
Well, according to the NFL, they knew that he was not vaccinated, and Aaron Rodgers portrayed himself as being a vaccinated player. So
he thought he could just slide. He thought he could get away with it. He
portrayed himself as being a vaccinated player because when you're a vaccinated player, you don't have to wear a mask on the sidelines. You don't have to wear a mask at press conference. You don't have to wear a mask to. You do in-person press conferences and instead of doing a Zoom meeting that unvaccinated players have to do. So he's portraying himself as vaccinated through saying that he was immunized and portraying himself going around the building playing in games as a vaccinated player. So he misrepresented himself, as our mother would say, perpetrating a fraud.
Well, maybe he was just fighting for the little guy, trying to stand up for his beliefs that people shouldn't have to get vaccinated. Maybe it was that kind of thing going on.
Yeah, you can say that, but there's other players in the NFL, such as quarterback Kirk Cousins for Minnesota Vikings, that said, I'm not getting vaccinated right now. I'll go by the NFL's protocol, wearing a mask, doing all these things that the NFL's asked me to do as an unvaccinated player. I'm willing to do that, but I'm not getting vaccinated. And he's followed up protocol. Cole Beasley, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, said, I'm not getting vaccinated. I will follow all the protocol I need to do, but I'm not getting vaccinated. If that means that the NFL NFL makes it harder for unvaccinated players to move around freely.
Punishment for not following the line.
For not makes it very difficult for them to live a normal life in a normal NFL life as an unvaccinated player than they do vaccinated players. They're making it very strict. They're very stringent they're very demanding on their rules with that, and they've been able to play in games. I think those two players have started every game, and they followed those rules as unvaccinated players. So you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers, that he petitioned the league in the beginning saying that he was immunized and he petitioned the league for other alternative remedies for COVID, and that were denied. That all this came out after the fact. It wasn't like during the season. We were 7 games in the season, and none of this stuff is coming out. Well, Aaron Rodgers unvaccinated, and he's doing all these things. He's trying to petition the league. No, it only comes out after he got caught.
He got caught. So he was just trying to kind of skirt the system.
Yeah.
Have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Not get vaccinated, but still have the privileges of the vaccinated.
Exactly.
So that's something about his character.
That says something.
It's something about his character.
That says something about his character, which I've had a long-standing issue with. He gets all this praise, and this goes to the media's idealization of him, and how when they found out that he was not vaccinated, they turned on him like he was Kuta Kinte or something. They were all over him after this, all over him after they found out that he was not vaccinated. Talking about, he's such a difficult personality and this and that, and I don't know how he's going to rebound. I think State Farm has dropped him.
Oh, really?
State Farm dropped.
That's
cold-blooded. I think they came out and said they were going to limit his commercials because of this. It was a medical facility, a hospital that dropped him completely from endorsements because of this. Because of that, his lying about his vaccination status. That's what he did.
So it's a lie. It's a lie. It's telling a lie.
Yeah, and he was not. And we go back to his character. Aaron Rodgers doesn't take accountability because he thinks he's entitled to have the things to say what he wants, and not take responsibility for things that he says. Case in point, this situation where he said. He could have been a man and said, "I'm not gonna get vaccinated," but he seen the backlash that all these other players were getting, and he didn't want that. That says something about who he is as a man and how he is not grown. He's not willing to take the responsibility or be accountable to what he says. He could have easily said, "Well, I'm not getting vaccinated. I don't think you need to, and if you think you want to get vaccinated, you can go. Yeah, it should be your right. If you don't want to get vaccinated, it should be your right. I'll go through the protocol and do whatever I feel is necessary to be an NFL player to play on Sundays, but I'm not getting vaccinated." He's seen that. He's seen that. The backlash the other players were getting, and he said, "I don't want no part of that, so I'm gonna say I'm immunized."
Yeah, he thought that would. He probably pretty arrogant to think that's gonna work. That scheme will work.
Yeah, that's what psychopaths do. To me, he exhibits narcissistic personality traits anyway. He does his sense of entitlement, his sense that he's never wrong. The way that he treats other people. I've heard personal stories about how other people, after they play with him, they go to other teams, they're in the media, they say, "Well, Aaron Rodgers did this to me. Aaron Rodgers did that to me. He can act like this. He acts jealous, he acts snarky.
Snarky and jealous.
His past coach,
he's a sassy boy.
Yeah. But that's okay because he's so talented. Narcissistic personality disorder is not okay just because you're talented. But in the world that we live in, that type of behavior is okay because he gets results. But 12 years, 16 years, he only has one Super Bowl, so it hasn't gotten results, and he's been on talented.
It's Tom Brady's fault. It's Tom Brady's fault. He's been on great.
He's never met Tom Brady. Tom Brady played in the AFC for 19 years.
It's his fault though. He's taking all the wins.
Aaron Rodgers
he taking all the rings.
He took
all the rings.
He never took a ring from Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady didn't take a ring from Aaron Rodgers. He never met him in the Super Bowl because he was weak. He was too weak to get there. He lost to the Giants. Eli Manning got 2 rings.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers ain't even sniffed another one.
Well, I'm thinking, you're being too hard on him, man. I think this year he's gonna get his ring this year. He's gonna get his second ring this year. And he gonna call you up and let you know that, hey, he got a ring.
I hope he does. But I was kind of with Aaron Rodgers this year more so because I felt like he was taking a little bit more accountability for the struggles. Like they've been out because of COVID. A lot of his receivers been out. They've been still able to win. He's shown more of a leadership ability than he has in the past, as far as taking ownership of the wide receivers, of the offense, getting things done when things haven't been perfect. To me, you got to persevere those situations. He's too talented as a player to just have one ring. He's too talented as a player to not take ownership, to not have his team rise above the circumstances that the team has put themselves in. And he has put them in position many a times. I'm not knocking his talent. I can't do that. I can't knock his intelligence. Very intelligent. Very articulate. Very knowledgeable. But when he doesn't produce, live up to the standard that you set for yourself, and your talent dictates, to me, that's a failure. That's a personality failure. That has nothing to do with nothing to do with physically. That's a weakness inside of him, inside of his mind.
Well, people are like you mentioned before recording. You were talking about Elway, Dan Marino, those dudes. That's a different generation. These generation of kids out here, we're not kids. They're of our generation. They're different. It's a different generation.
It's a different generation, but the circumstances are set up for them to succeed more often than not. Elway, Brett Favre, they're getting their heads knocked off.
They took hits.
You can't even touch the quarterback.
They took hits.
You can't touch the quarterback nowadays without getting a flag. The Aaron Rodgers should have 3 rings based on the circumstances of the NFL nowadays. You can't even touch the quarterback. You hit him low, flag. You hit him high, flag.
See, you can't touch him. They're in a bubble. You can't touch the quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers said his perfect opportunity in this era for Aaron Rodgers to have 3 rings, and he has not produced that. That's not Green Bay's fault. That's Aaron Rodgers' fault.
There it is. There it goes.
Because up to this point, he has not been a leader that Green Bay has deserved or they expected. If he's better than Brett Favre, if he's more talented than Brett Favre, he would have 3 rings.
He definitely would. And it doesn't seem like that's the case, but I guess, he's the guy they picked. He's the face of their team, and that's who they're going to stick with. I guess Green Bay is like a stick with it kind of organization.
Yeah.
They're definitely that.
But he's dissed them. He's even dissed Green Bay. He wanted out of Green Bay this season because he didn't get his way. Because he didn't get what Tom Brady got. How Tom Brady got influence, and he was able to dictate where he went, who he got on his team. Well, Tom Brady's he's earned that right because he's won. He got
a few more rings than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he got
like
more than a few.
Like what, a handful more?
Yeah,
2 handfuls more.
He persevered through a harsh regime in Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots. He persevered with less talent. And what has Aaron Rodgers done with some of the most talent he's ever had on a Green Bay team, or even in the league? Nothing.
So to me, like Brady, he's made the most of these new changes.
Yeah.
So he's the guy he's capitalized off of. They ain't cracking heads like they used to anymore. Yeah. And it's a breeze for him.
And Brady is acknowledged that. Like, it's a lot easier to play quarterback now. He came through those eras that we talked about.
Yeah.
And he's able to do it.
That's why but it's a different mindset, different character. Because like down the character in the end, they could have the similar talent. They could be able to have similar stats, but it comes out of the character. That's going to determine things.
To me, it's about the evolution of a man. And if this situation doesn't produce a championship out of Aaron Rodgers, him being in a win now mode as a person and as a football player and recognize the opportunities ahead of them, it's never going to happen. If it don't happen this year, it will never happen. Mark my words, it will never happen. He looks like a pirate. People are now against him.
He's ready to plunder.
The media's against him now, and I like that. I like this Aaron Rodgers right here. He's against him. They'll think they're talking bad about him. Oh, you lied about a vaccination, which he did because he's a narcissistic person.
Skullduggery.
Yeah, that's what he did because that's what narcissists they want all the accolades, but when it comes down to taking the pressure, they don't want the public scrutiny of things.
No. A narcissist, they can't take it.
They can't when people find out about them, they can't take it. They can't. Their narcissists are very observant. Like that's what he observed that situation with those other people are going through. It's like I don't want that. So I'm gonna.
What do you think they're smart?
I'm gonna circumvent.
Narcissists think they're smart.
Yeah, I'm gonna circumvent the system.
Ain't gonna get away with it.
I'm gonna circumvent the language here, and try to get the heat off of me. But going through back channels to try to get what I want done, knowing that they're not gonna do that because I feel entitled.
Or narcissists think they should do that.
They think that you should acquiesce to me.
There you go. They think that. Now your prediction: are they gonna take it all this year?
My prediction is they have to. I think they will. I think they're in proposition to do that more than ever because again that switch has to be flipped.
Yeah,
he got to flip that switch now. Everybody's against him. And that's one thing. He's a competitor. He wants to prove everybody wrong. It's just a way to do it. Either is this going to be this year? It's never going to happen after. Never going to happen.
Well, maybe he's been energized. They using their hair longer. They're going to Simpson mode, when they get that long hair.
Exactly. I think that's a very good analogy. He's gonna have to, because, like I said, if it doesn't happen this year, it's never gonna happen. One thing that his type of personality, he's infantile. He's got to grow up. This is when you're taking all this scrutiny. He's playing the kid's game.
Yeah.
He's playing the kid's game. He's getting a king's ransom for playing the kid's game.
There you go.
And you have to, in certain situations as a man, you got to overcome what people think about you. People think you're great. People think you're all great and you do all these things. It's got to be more than that. So he got to rebuild or build something up in himself to overcome what's happened in the past or what he can be in the future. If he's able to overcome this year, it's gonna really set him up. I think not for his football career, but his life and for football legacy, but his legacy as a man. That's what I gotta say. That's my prediction. If he gets it done this year, he's gonna start growing up. And
now or never.
It's not really now or now.
Do or die.
It's really now or never. It's not gonna be next year. I guarantee you. It's not gonna be next year. Next year and the year before. No, it's over. It's over after that. It's over after that. If he don't get it done this year, he's never gonna get it done.
We'll see what happens. I'm thinking the Raiders might take it all. I think once they get a few players off of parole or something, I think they're gonna be good to go. But that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about them. We've had enough about them.
We had enough about them. They took out the best logo.
Again, they lost.
Took out the best logo. Best logo, yes or no? Best logo, yes or no?
They probably had.
They got the best logo.
Them and the Cowboys probably.
Okay, I agree with that.
Iconic logo.
That's it for this one.